Right, hi, good afternoon. I'm here with Daniel Bryant, OpenCredo. It's the first Microservices Manchester event today, so I just thought I'd spend a little bit of time with Daniel, who's been the main organiser, along with some of the other guys at OpenCredo and Oliverbernard, and we've had sponsors from Microsoft as well today, so it's been a brilliant event, and I just wanted to find out a little bit more about what it's all about, how come it's come about, and just ask you a little bit about microservices, really. So,
sure thing, Billy.
If you could tell us a little bit more about today and what's involved.
No worries.
Please.
So I would say very much thanks to Oliverbernard for sponsoring, to Microsoft to keep it running as well, and I'll make sure I check everyone off, but it's been very much a group effort. All of us have pulled together. Got to shout out Danielle and Cameron behind the scenes at OpenCredo for pulling all these things together. So yeah, we're a lot of development going on in Manchester now, a lot of exciting things, a lot of people like sort of developing technology solutions, prototyping these things, so it's a really interesting space to be. OpenCredo have actually got an office in Manchester now, so we're looking to do more recruitment, we're looking to seek new clients and so forth, and just generally there's some interesting tech that we wanted to get people together to talk about. In particular, we've chosen to focus on microservices, but really this is about architecture, it's about organizational change, it's about a whole bunch of things like development, operations, DevOps, all that kind of good stuff. So the key thing is getting people in the room. Yes, there's speakers talking, but one of the key things as well is getting all people involved in the conference talking and sharing ideas. I think that's been so, I know Billy and I have chatted already, there's been some great chats, great knowledge shared, we're picking up loads of things just by walking around, chatting to random attendees, or my fellow attendees, not random I should say, fellow attendees. It's been awesome, yeah.
So the speakers you mentioned there, can you tell us a little bit more about who's been our speakers today and their background and what they've spoken about?
Sure thing. So we deliberately tried to choose a wider range of speakers as possible. So yes, it's focused around microservices, but we've had people from OpenCredo talking about security, talking about project management. We've had people from David just did a great talk about testing microservices, David from Simplicity itself, and we've had just a wide range, not only the technical factors, but the organizational factors, because I think we're all starting to agree that software has got to that point of its sort of life cycle now where it's not just about technology. Sure, the technology is super interesting, but a lot of particularly the kind of companies with OpenCredo work with, as much about the technology, we need to change organizational, change sort of processes, change how people are working to really drive lasting change. And at the moment we're doing that with microservices, things like DevOps as well, they're kind of vehicles to drive organizational change, fundamentally to deliver more business value. All our clients come to us saying, I want to deliver faster, I want to deliver more, I want to be able to experiment and innovate more. Key thing.
So there's a lot of people here today that their company, they don't actually do microservices yet. They want to. That's why they're here.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you get into it? You know, what do you need to know?
Great question. Great question. Yeah, and I think it's a general software development question. If you're looking to upskill, looking for a new role, these kind of things, there's plenty of things out there to learn. I mean, there's always fundamentals. So like I mentioned already, architecture, organizational process, and say operational skills. We've hopefully the slides will be shared online later, so plenty of sort of slide decks to look at. I think a key thing is once you've got the fundamentals locked down, good software development like cohesion, coupling, all those other things, then there is a few standout technologies with microservices. Docker is an obvious one. Everyone's loving containers. Yes, there's probably some overhype, but Docker is a fantastic technology in terms of packaging applications, running them. There's the supporting infrastructure around it, things like Kubernetes, Mesos DCOS, Cloud Foundry. Azure have been here sponsoring, Microsoft are sponsoring, doing some fantastic work around cloud and containers. Amazon, of course, AWS, Google, GCP, all those kind of cloud and container things are super hot at the moment. Technology-wise, Java is still, I think, where it's at. Java and sort of Spring Boot, Go, Kit, Go Micro are really interesting frameworks to look at. In the JavaScript space, Node is really interesting. Seneca.js is a very nice framework from the Nearform crew. A whole bunch of interesting tech out there, to be honest. I can't sort of think of any more off the top of my head, but there's plenty to be searching.
So Manchester, it's obviously OpenCredo just opened in Manchester. Oliverbernard, we're doing exactly the same. We're just about to open in Manchester. Why Manchester? There's suddenly a real sort of surge here, isn't there, in terms of the tech scene? Obviously, there's so many different companies, the BBC and Sky and Leeds, that are close by as well, and a lot of government projects up here at the moment. And obviously, events like this, and this was a pretty good turnout. This would be good
really
for
happy
London.
With
be happy with this at a London event. So, I just wanted to get an idea why suddenly this Manchester surge, you think, from your point of view, has come about?
I've got to be careful. Like David's already called me a southerner over there, so I am from Guildford. Yeah, exactly. You're in London. But the thing I think is interesting is the UK is a very capital-centric country to some degrees. We do focus a lot around London, but there's fantastic stuff going on all over the place. And I think if anything, we're looking for a second city. Like in the US, you do have things like Chicago is the second city to New York, and these kind of things. You've obviously got Boston, San Francisco, Seattle, lots of other places, and that breeds diversity. Different areas specialise in different things, different people sort of migrate to different areas and so forth. And I think in the UK is realising the value of that. So places like Bristol, like Manchester, like Liverpool, there's up north Edinburgh is doing some fantastic stuff. I think people are realising that you can't put all your eggs in one basket to some degree. London is a fantastic place. It's my home. I'm honoured to call it my home. But it's nice to kind of diversify, to spread your ideas around. I know Bristol's doing a lot of R&D. Manchester's doing a lot of things now around sort of DevOps and these things as well. So I think more power to it. The more diversity we get, the more geographic reach we get as a country. I think I know certain issues with that right at the moment with Brexit and so forth. But I think these things are really important for us. The more places, more innovation.
Yeah. And you personally, next event? What have you got coming up?
Next event actually it's quite quiet for me for a while, to be able to say. I've been on a crazy run. We had DevOps and Container Scared, QCon, New York, did another API 360 event in New York. So and then back obviously this event has been awesome. After that, I think my next planned event is probably Java 1 in San Francisco. So quite a way away. That one's in September. Yeah. So but who knows in terms of what's going to pop up in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, Microservices Manchester one-off. Are we going to be seeing this event again in the future? Or?
I think we're just chatting off camera, and it's been a success, and we've both enjoyed it. I think it's great opportunities for everyone who's attending. Definitely, if you're watching this online later on, you should have been here. Basically, I'd like to see it.
Food.
Food in the company is brilliant. So I think it's going to be more than a one-off. I certainly I think we'll both work hard together to make that happen again. And I can't see why not. As in, I think once the word gets out, we've been tweeting away #MicroManchester, and people are going to want to be part of the buzz. Yes, you can watch the videos online later, but you can't beat being in the same room, chatting, casual kind of informal chats. That's where I learn the most, really, pretty much. So, yes, stay tuned. I'm pretty sure Oliverbernard OpenCredo, there will be a V2 of Microservices Manchester.
Good news. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate that.
Take care.